Happy Halloween, Fellowship Hi-Crest fam. This is your Jumpstart for Monday, October 31st, 2022. And our focal passage for today is found in the book of Esther, chapter 6, verses 1 through 10. And here's what it says. It says, that night the king had trouble sleeping, so he ordered an attendant to bring the book of history of his reign so it could be read to him. In those records, he discovered an account of how Mordecai had exposed the plot of Bigthana and Teresh, two of the eunuchs who guarded the door of the king's private quarters. They had plotted to assassinate King Xerxes. What reward or recognition did we ever give Mordecai for this? The king asked. His attendants replied, nothing had been done for him. Who is that in the outer court? The king inquired. As it happened, Haman had just arrived in the outer court of the palace to ask the king to impale Mordecai on the pole he had prepared. So the attendants replied to the king, Haman is out in the court. Bring him in, the king ordered. So Haman came in, and the king said, what should I do to honor a man who truly pleases me? Haman thought to himself, whom would the king wish to honor more than me? So he replied, if the king wishes to honor someone, he should bring him out one of the king's own royal robes, as well as a horse that the king himself has ridden, one with a royal emblem on his head. Let the robes and the horse be handed over to one of the king's most noble officials, and let him see that the man whom the king wishes to honor is dressed in the king's robes and led through the city square on the king's horse. Have the officials shout as they go, this is what the king does for someone he wishes to honor. Excellent, the king said to Haman. Quick, take the robes and my horse and do just as you have said for Mordecai the Jew, who sits at the gate of the palace, leaving out nothing you have suggested. Now, on Sunday, we're going to look at both this and the account that led to this in chapter 3 and bring it all together. We're going to bring Haman into this. But today I want to look at Mordecai and the little time that we have. There's a couple things. One, we see that Mordecai had done good back, but it hadn't been rewarded. Now, in that culture, normally when somebody did an extra special service for the king, they were rewarded very quickly. And that's why you see the king rewarded really quickly once he realized he had overlooked Mordecai. And then two, even archaeology tells us that King Xerxes knew that Mordecai was a Jew, and there was an order out with different things of that nature. And this brings me to two things I want us to take away today. Sometimes the good we do is not instantly rewarded. And it leads us to believe that God is trying to hold something good back from us. And it causes us to press harder in different areas and to press in ways that we shouldn't, that brings on anxiety and stress that we shouldn't have, because we believe, in some way, we begin to believe that God is trying to withhold good from us. If an earthly king can remember and reward good, how much more so can our Heavenly Father? And then two, if we don't believe the lie sometimes that God is trying to withhold good from us, we go to believe this, that there's something about us that's not worthy of receiving good. In Mordecai's version of it, maybe some people believe because he was a Jew, that's why he didn't get rewarded. In our version, it could be some past sin or some else in our life, some other issue in our life. And so, but in this case, just like in ours, the king already knows who we are. God already knows us. He knows the mistakes we made. He knows what we're in now, and he knows what we're going to be in the future. God is not trying to withhold good from you. And so you don't have to press. You don't have to be anxious. You don't have to stress, because he is a good father. He is a trustworthy and just king. Take that word with you this week and continue to power up, pour in, and spill out. Have a great day.